We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with. The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
She's absolutely lying. She told me something entirely different at the casket ceremony. She said it was the cause of the video, and that she would get back to me and tell me what happened with my son. She has not only not gotten back to me, but all I've ever heard is that I am not to know, because I am not a member of the immediate family.
Good morning, I'm George Stephanopoulos, and we are coming on the air because we have just learned that the U.S. ambassador to Libya has been killed. It happened overnight. When angry militants stormed the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, they fired shots, set the building on fire. Almost a dozen Americans were inside being guarded by Libyan security. At least one other American died, most likely of smoke inhalation.
You did not read the cables from Benghazi. You did not read the cables from Ambassador Stevens. I would have relieved you of your post. These are judgment errors, and the people who make judgment errors need to be replaced, fired, and no longer in a position of making these judgment calls.
You had 2 ambassadors that made several requests, and here's basically what happened to their requests. They were torn up.
I don't know why that's funny.
I'm sorry, a little note of levity at 7:15.
Well, I mean, the reason I say it's not funny is because it went well into the night when our folks on the ground were still in danger.
Hey! What's up, Filmmaker Studios?
How's it going?
What's going on?
I am Adam.
And I am Nick.
And we're the Cinema Snobs, bringing you our review of 13 Hours.
13 hours. Didn't really feel like 13 hours. It was more like 2 hours.
2.5.
No, 2.
Alright, so right out of the gate, I brought notes for this. I got notes on this film.
Boom. We professional.
I feel like this one needed notes. It's kind of a sticky subject.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about the event.
Yep.
That's for a different video.
Yeah. This is purely a movie review.
The film.
Yeah. We're not covering any of the real life events. This is just our thoughts and opinions about the actual movie.
All right, here we go. Right out of the gate, it just felt like in the first act an unfunny Bad Boys film.
It was the perfect crime. No one saw it coming. No one heard a thing.
This was our career bust, which is what, $100 million?
This had to have been an inside job.
Everything went according to plan. But there was one thing they didn't plan on.
Yeah, a little bit. That was one of my only complaints about the movie, is it was 40 minutes of setup.
Yeah, it was directed by, someone that just it needed to be directed by someone with a little more tact.
Yeah.
Like Catherine Bigelow.
So he knows the drill. What would have been nice is if they would have just left the action scenes to Michael Bay, and then all the rest of the scenes, they would have directed it by someone else.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Like trade-off directors. Because he's not a Canadian director.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's just, I don't know why he was like, yep. Let's do this.
Book story that I never heard. I watched all the news shows like everybody else. I never heard this amazing story. It was a hell night.
Yeah. Although
there's a lot of explosions happening.
It just keeps coming. It was a fucking nightmare this night.
Although they threw in a scene from the movie Tropic Thunder, and I absolutely loved it.
That was random, yeah.
Hold on. I know who I am. I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
There were a couple things about the movie that was like, man, you guys are really trying to pitch it that it is 2012. You already told us.
Right.
Like, what? It was Tropic Thunder, and then the song Sexy and I Know It came on.
Yeah.
I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it.
Myra?
And I was just like, all right, guys, we get it. This isn't modern day. This is 4 years ago.
Right.
We got it.
I'm gonna think about that one.
Be here all night.
All right.
What'd you think of the cinematography in this film?
I thought it was okay.
Really? Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty Michael Bay.
It was decent. The handheld like cinematography and like camera work just was a little obnoxious at points.
Okay.
And you just lose. Like you just lose the shot and the action, and because it would just be too much.
Yeah. I mean, there were definitely shots that were really good in the movie. Mm-hmm. Stuff that I don't want to necessarily talk about now. We can get to later. Mm-hmm. But I feel like all the standard scenes were pretty bland, and then when it came to the action scenes, it's like that's what Michael Bay's known for. That's what he's good at.
Exactly. The editing could have been better too. I'm just going in all the technical stuff.
Yeah, just hitting all the technical points.
There's just a lot wrong with the production for me. There was this part where John Krasinski gave this amazing monologue.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me. I wanted you to hear it from me first. We had a problem here. Whatever you hear on the news, it's over now. I'm done. I'm coming home. For good. No, I'm just lucky. I'm just lucky.
And then on the last beat, like he said his word and then it cut really quick and it didn't like end the emotion in the scene. Mm-hmm. And then it played like a bus like coming up and then it went back to the scene like a couple of seconds later. It was this weird jarring jump. And I was just like, I know you're an action guy, Michael Bay, but like please, like he's giving this emotional scene and like you just cut away from it after he says his last word, like, oh, he did his time.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. I know what you're saying. I know.
John Krasinski deserves his time.
He deserves his time.
Yeah.
Different style though.
Yeah, because he did really well in this movie.
He stole the show. I mean, he was the main guy, so obviously he's gonna steal the show.
I mean, I felt like it was more of an ensemble cast with like all the like little story bits that they threw into it. They were mostly focused on him, but for the most part, I felt like it was an ensemble show.
I kind of got that, but he was definitely the guy. You know? Everyone at the end was like, "Thank you." I know, Americans like you existed. They were all talking to him.
Yeah,
for sure. It's just like, it's him. Funny thing you mentioned John Krasinski. Roy from Office.
Yeah, that was
in it.
That was a nice little reunion.
Cute little reunion, and they were allies in this one.
I know they were.
No Pam.
Where was Pam?
Where was Pam in this film?
Where was Pam?
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
Pam should have been like the wife.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that would have took me out of it.
It would have taken me out.
I would have taken that.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
You're right on time.
Yeah. What do you think of like the other characters?
I like them. I don't know why all the characters had facial hair, because they're in a place that's really hot.
Come on, he's a guy with a job to do.
Bad boys.
That was something that I was like, they have to be so exhausted out there with all them beards. I know that's like a little silly thing to pick up on, but I was like, man, if I was out in 90-degree weather, I would totally shave.
Okay. That sucks.
No, I know, and I think it's just because they're so busy.
Yeah.
They're busy.
Yeah.
They're army
We're men. We don't have time to shave.
That's right. They're saving people.
We're getting stuff done.
I think you mentioned it was an ensemble cast. I don't know if I really felt anything for the other characters.
I liked
his friend that was the scene that jumped out to me is when John Krasinski gives the monologue and that other guy is listening to him.
Yeah.
Those two were the only people that I kind of was like, okay, I'm kind of emotionally connected to these guys.
See, I was emotionally connected to them. I was emotionally connected to the guy from The Wire and Orange is the New Black. I know his first name's Pablo.
Maybe that's not me.
But is that because you've seen him in something else?
No, I thought his character was really likable.
See, and that's fun, but I just didn't get to know these characters. I knew they had family, but them having family doesn't mean they are characters or fully fleshed out characters. It just means they have backstory.
No,
they have familial ties.
I don't think they were fully fleshed out characters, but I still think in the scenes that you could see them in, they were likable, and you felt for them. I mean, if you saw them die, you wouldn't like have a huge emotional break from that, but it was enough to be like, oh shoot, I like that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to get to know him more.
Yeah.
I was just a little bummed out about that. But yeah, I really like the ending.
I like the ending as well. I mean, John Krasinski, when he was on that phone talking, like calling home, it's like, that was an emotional experience, man. Like, I'm glad that he is finally getting his time.
I was a big fan of that scene.
Yeah, he's a good actor, and it was really nice to see him in like a big budget production like this, because he's done a lot of indie movies. He did The Office, obviously.
Yeah, it's great to see him flexing some acting muscles.
Yeah.
And flex some real muscles. That man got ripped.
He got ripped.
Super ripped.
Yeah, dude was swole.
He's like Chris Pratt now.
Today, this is Men's Health magazine. And I'm very upset because I really feel like I should have been invited to this photo shoot. How John got jacked. Where's the guy who jacked you? Is he in the alley? My goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, you're greasy and muscular and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the ending, it kind of went the traditional route of true story films.
Yeah.
You know, it shows the pictures.
Which is nice.
It is nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
Yeah, but overall, I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I thought the action sequences were great. There was this one scene where there's these explosions happening, and on an act...
Really? Explosions in a Michael Bay film?
I know, it's a huge spoiler.
Well, I never.
But yeah, there's these explosions happening, and basically these sparks from all like the bits of rock are flying up, and so there's these sparks flying. And it's in slow-mo, and you can see these sparks hitting this guy in the face. And it just looks so good.
Yeah, and then after that scene, he's like, yeah, I'm cool. And he's like, John Krasinski's character was like, please, like, get off the wall, like, take a break. You just had sparks in your face.
Yeah, you almost died.
Yeah, pretty gruesome.
It was pretty gruesome.
For the first part, like, like 3/4 of the film, it was like kind of tame. It didn't really show. It kind of cut away from a lot of the gruesome gore.
Yeah.
And then it like really amped it up to a point where you're like, oh, okay, this is rated R, right?
Oh,
this is a rated R film. Okay.
For sure. I mean, when they were killing the bad guys, a lot. It was never like too big.
They usually pull.
Yeah. Or you just saw the splatter. Mm-hmm. It was never like gruesome, like guts are hanging out or something like that. Like it definitely wasn't savage. It was pretty tame as far as effects go, but then when the main scenes came in, it's like that's when it was like, oh man.
And then it just lingered on it. Like it just lingered on the like gore of the scene
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and he's just walking around.
Yeah,
just bleeding.
Just bleeding, and parts are hanging off and stuff's happening, and it's like, oh man.
I think it was pretty bold.
Yeah,
it was pretty bold.
No, but I thought those scenes were great. I think the movie could have been shorter.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think we needed 40 minutes of setup, and especially in those 40 minutes of setup, I don't feel like I got too much out of it.
Like I said, I wanted to know these characters, and it was mostly like just John Krasinski like looking over his shoulder for people.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was any slow moments that were like, hey, let's introduce each other's talk.
Yeah, honestly, if they could recut the movie and take out 30 minutes between, and just have John Krasinski show up, and then like it's like 5 weeks later, and then boom, like I would have been like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I could get down with that.
It would take out a whole bunch of useless scenes that weren't directed very well, that weren't incredibly funny. It doesn't give you too much insight into all these characters, so it just takes out all the filler.
Yeah,
this movie had a lot of filler.
A lot of filler.
Yeah, we didn't need it.
Would you recommend this to anyone?
I would. I would definitely say give it a watch. I don't think it's the best war movie I've ever seen.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a war movie.
Yeah, it technically is.
Yeah, there's some battles.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best action movie I've ever seen either, but I would definitely say it's worth a watch. So how about you? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I think so. I have my misconceptions about Michael Bay, I have to say.
Yeah,
I think
everyone does.
It's a little out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, it kind of had some moments like The Rock.
Yeah,
which is a great Michael Bay film.
That is an awesome film.
Bring back Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Mr. Connery, why don't you pick? It looks like this is my lucky day.
Bring back Shia.
Do it!
Don't do that.
Just do it!
No, I like Shia.
Nothing is impossible!
Don't do that. Don't do that. We're
Oh, what are you waiting for?
not doing this again. No more Shia.
No more Shia.
But I have to say, yeah, I mean, it's a heavy watch. Just go in thinking that. It's a heavy watch, it's a true story.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
No.
Like, it hurts.
It absolutely does. But, I mean, key points to watch for, some great action scenes. John Krasinski, absolutely amazing.
Great, yeah. Office reunion that you didn't know you wanted.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the film. I say go out and check it out if you want a military war film that's like a nice true story that kind of, you know, inspires you a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
You know, these people did an amazing thing, and that should be seen. I mean, this is much like Hotel Rwanda, where it's like people need to know these events happened, you know, and this film will be a time capsule.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll look upon it and be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, marveled at what people can do.
And I think it'll be very, very powerful for people who actually do have family in the military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Adam.
I'm Nick.
And this has been our review.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
Take it easy, guys.
It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. But there's a phone in the White House and it's ringing. Something's happening in the world.